Nancy Robertson, our guest, she is a stellar actor, and she's in a comedy series, a new comedy series, well, second season, called Hiccups on CTV. And are you having fun, most importantly?
Oh, I'm having a blast because she's so happy, and it's just fun to play a happy person.
Well, she wakes up happy, doesn't she?
She does. She's just, every day is something new. It's like a bright and shiny new coin, and she's like, yeah, I'll take it on. And that's not me.
Well, I wake up happy.
You do?
I do, yes. I could do the Millie wake up happy, but I also have the Millie hiccups occasionally, but not too many, not like Millie.
Oh, God, my dad used to try to wake us up to school, and he'd be like, I don't know if I can swear, but he would be like, God damn it, I wake up every morning in a good mood, and like as soon as I start waking you brats up, I'm in a foul mood. He didn't say brats, but you can imagine. Yeah.
But how many kids were you?
3.
3?
Yeah, I have an older sister and an older brother, Susan and Doug.
Right, so you're the baby.
I'm the baby.
You're the babby in the family. Can any of them act?
I bet you they could. They're both really funny. No, they don't. No. But they could. It was just a matter of choices.
Was your mom funny and your dad funny?
My dad was probably one of the funniest people I've ever known in my life.
Really?
And he wasn't like dad funny, pull my finger. Not that he wasn't above that, but he's really, really funny and a good silly sense of humor. And my mom has got a good sense of humor. But my dad was just more out there. He loved to entertain. He was he was a funny
Around
guy.
the block.
Yep.
The block clown.
Yep, he was.
How lovely.
It was great.
Yeah.
He once, when we were really young, the neighbors planted some flowers in some window boxes, and it was late at night, and then he went in and took it all out and then planted carrots.
No.
And
so he's a trickster.
So he was that, yes. Yeah. He was just a funny guy. My sister and brother are really, really funny, and my mom's got a good sense of humor.
Right.
So it's just...
she'd have to, because I doubt you can live with somebody who pulls plants up and plants carrots instead of gardenias or whatever, or
well, they divorced.
Geraniums. Oh, they did. See, I knew it.
Yes. But she was very patient with him, for sure.
Okay, he thought he was hilarious. She didn't.
Maybe at times.
Maybe that's it. When you met Brent, I'm sure it rung familiar a little bit, because he's a funny man.
It did,
He's
actually.
funny on the stage and he's off the stage. And they say, if our fathers are cool, we tend to marry our fathers, or at least be attracted to our fathers.
I agree with you 100%. There was something very familiar about his sense of humor, about his confidence, and his ability to not suffer fools gladly.
Right.
Which is something that that he would have shared with my dad. So yeah, I agree. I do.
So when you're having cornflakes or oatmeal or granola in the morning,
yes,
do you have breakfast together?
Yes. Most mornings. It depends whether he's off working or I'm off doing something. But most mornings, yeah.
And he's got lots on his plate, as do you. What do you chat about generally? Just what all the rest of us are chatting about?
Yeah. Oh. And our dog.
Oh, tell me about the dog.
We're obsessed with our dog. His name is Oliver. Best dog in the world. He is part shepherd, lab, and we think wolfhound. And he's our fur child.
He is?
Yes.
Shepherd, lab, and wolfhound?
Yes.
So he eats everything in the house?
Yes, pretty much.
Shoes?
Yep. Shoes.
Couches?
Yeah, he's calmed down with that a little bit.
Where'd you get him?
At a puppy rescue.
Oh, so he's a rescue.
He's a rescue pup, but we got him at 8.5 weeks. So,
right.
But I mean, when everybody else...
So he is yours.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. When people talk about their kids, I just tell them, well, my kid's got 4 legs. How many does yours have? 2.
Yeah. Mine's way better than yours.
Yeah.
I ever want any babbies?
Oh,
have you thought about
I think
that?
The store's
Two-legged? The store's closed?
I think the store's closing.
The baby store's
unless
done.
Unless I do go to a baby store and pick one up.
Well,
yeah, no, I think
it's possible.
Sure, I mean anything is possible. I think everything's good the way it is, as is. So no plans for that.
Any plans on TV? Like coming up in Hiccups, will there be a hiccup, baby? There was one baby last season.
Emily Perkins, the lovely Emily Perkins
Yes.
who plays Crystal. She really was pregnant, and they tried to figure out how to write it in. And we were so sad because we only had her for, I think, 3 or 4 episodes, because she had to go get pregnant. Right. And
yes, wouldn't you know?
Nerve. So they wrote it in, and it actually was great.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it was a great storyline.
Your comedy influences growing up. when you watched who on TV? Carol Burnett.
Yes, Carol Burnett, Mary
Reruns
Tyler
of
Moore.
Lucille Ball, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? I never was as hooked on Lucille Ball as a lot of other people were that I knew. I really liked Carol Burnett, but I really liked Tim Conway and Harvey Korman. I was a huge Harvey Korman fan.
Me too.
And well, still am.
And the question period with Carol.
Yes.
She took questions from the audience.
Yeah, I thought, she was great and gracious, and it was nice to see a woman that, that it was her show. Mary Tyler Moore, I just thought Cloris Leachman and Betty White were amazing.
Yes.
Still do.
Still is.
Yeah.
Still are.
Yeah.
Are.
I saw her on an interview, Cloris Leachman, and she said she's decided to become an alcoholic. And I just thought, good for you.
After all these years.
She's well into her 80s. Why not? If you're going to become an alcoholic, not that I recommend it to any kids out there, but if you're going to do it in your 80s. Why not?
Well, and say you're planning to.
Yes.
Like there are things
It's a
you
choice.
plan and things you don't.
That's right.
Some people get to be alcoholics without planning.
That's correct. And sadly so, because it wasn't their choice. But
I
she's
totally
made it her
understand.
choice.
Yes. Modern day, a Tina Fey, a Miss Bossy Pants.
I'm a
Amy
huge
Poehler.
fan of is Christine Wiig, who did Bridesmaids. I think she's fantastic. And Melissa McCarthy, who's on her show, who was on Bridesmaids, and who plays Molly in the new series, Mike and Molly. I think she's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Big Steve Carell fan, Will Ferrell, Zach
The Office
Galifianakis, and all those gang. Just your regular.
Sure.
Yeah.
And apparently they're bringing back, I heard, Charlie's Angels, some of the old dramas, like they're going back to the future a little bit on TV.
Well, maybe it's not back to a lot of people, just to us.
Maybe that's
it's all brand
Maybe that's
new.
why our baby store is closed. Well, mine's been closed for a while. Yours is probably an option. I don't know.
I'm still regular.
See, that's good.
That's
well,
right.
I'm not. Okay, so Millie plans a living funeral. That show.
Yes.
Does that mean a living will? That's coming up, right?
Yes, that's the season closer for season 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's coming up. She loses her mentor. Her mentor passes away.
Oh.
And his funeral ends up just being a blast. And she's like, well, he missed the best party of his life. So she decides that she's going to throw herself a living funeral.
Oh, I see, before she goes.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
she
not
wants
like
to be
rational suicide or anything like kill me if I'm not well. It's like she has her funeral before.
Yeah. No, it's not pull the plug.
Oh, it's not pull the plug.
It's I'm still here, so I want everyone to tell me how wonderful they think I am while I'm still here, but they don't. So it doesn't, as expected, it doesn't go as she expects, but it all resolves nicely. So
Well, you can have a near-death experience. That works.
Have you had one?
Yes. I had a brain aneurysm, and that's like near death, and you get a 50-50 chance of not making it. Well, when you have it, you had a 50-50, you sail through that. And then when you go into the surgery for 8 hours or something on your brain, that's another 50-50. So your friends come to the fore. People you
My mom
would
had one.
never believe. She did? Did she survive it?
Yeah, she went to Dr. Redicop.
He was my guy.
Yeah, and she, oh no, mom's in good shape, thank goodness. She's in good shape, but she had one too. And she was 6 to 8 hours, the same as you, under, because you have to go all the way up. And,
Of course.
So do you have the cage?
I have, here, and I have bumps, and I had a craniotomy because it was frontal lobe. Where was Mom's?
Mom's was behind her right eye, I think, one of the eyes, and she's got a cage in it so if it implodes, it's in the cage.
Oh, I don't know if I have a cage. We'll have to call Dr. Redicop, the rock star neurosurgeon.
I know.
To see if I have a cage. I've got a lot of metal. Oh, see, mine's gone.
Are you just boasting now?
I'm just boasting. Mine was the size of a plum.
Yeah, well, my
big
mom's
was
the size
Mom's?
of a basketball.
Really?
No.
Well, that's why your head is so big.
That's right. Not compared to my husband's. Have you seen the size of his
he
head?
does have a big head. And I tried to get him to tell me about the two of you on the show, and he was squirming. Like, he wanted to talk about corner gas and all of that and comedy, and because I'm such a huge fan. And I said, well, tell me about herself. Not going there. He would go a little bit, but not telling me much about.
Maybe it's a case of if you don't have nothing nice to say, you don't say
No,
anything at
no.
all.
That's so not it.
No.
It's so not it. Things are well there.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
So, Mondays, 8 p.m., CTV.
and
You'll
then
be
it
there.
switches on June 19th
Oh.
to Sundays at 8:30. So we have one more episode at Monday coming up, this coming Monday.
Right.
And then it goes to Sunday night at 8:30 following Hot in Cleveland. Following Betty White. Who knew?
Well, that's good,
That's fantastic.
isn't it?
That's
But
great.
you don't. Then you have to think about in TV land who you're up against.
Oh, I know. I know.
Well, luckily you're not up against Studio 4. That's not our
Thankfully.
time slot.
Last night we were up, or Monday we were up against the hockey game.
That's not easy.
They should have turned into Hiccups.
You know,
We
I
would've felt
did. I
happier.
watched Hiccups after the hockey
Oh,
because
bless
it
your
was
heart.
such a hiccup of a hockey
Yeah, it
game.
was. It was. They'll get it back though.
Yes, they will.
They'll get it. I know. Good
And
girl.
Burroughs and Raymond signed the back of this.
They did?
Yes.
Oh, good thing you got Raymond to sign it before. He won't be around to sign it now, probably for a
Okay.
while.
Well, thanks for that. I'll see you at the game maybe.
You bet. Thanks,
Thank
Fanny.
you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nancy Robertson, great actor.